Are you okay? Your Honour, can we have a few minutes, please?
Court will take a 30-minute recess.
Thank you.
Hey, Ringo. Seen the new wallpaper?
Are you stupid? What the hell do you think you're doing?
All right, take it easy. Talk about a tight Ringo. Some of the folks haven't seen it yet.
Ringo Brown!
I warn you not to try the patience of this court again. Are you ready to proceed, or are you not?
Yes, Your Honour, I think I am.
Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours. That's when good neighbours become. When good neighbours become good friends.
So while our daughter remains a talented and vibrant young woman, the fact is many of the avenues she could have taken in life have now been cut off to her. The injuries for which we hold Susan Kinski responsible are injuries to our entire family. We will never fully get over them. Your Honour, I was angry and distraught when I wrote this.
Not surprising, Your Honour. The shock to your family over what happened to Bridget was enormous, wasn't it, Mrs. Parker?
Yes, it was.
As you put it, Bridget's injuries were felt by all of you, and will be for some time yet.
Yes, they will.
Thank you for your courage this morning.
I am disgusted by this behaviour. Not only have you insulted me, but far worse, you have insulted this school. No one will move from this classroom until I find out...
Karl.
What is it, Mr. Fitzgerald?
Sorry to interrupt, but I need to speak to you privately.
Very well, make it brief.
The cartoon is mine.
Don't waste my time.
Helen, the drawing is mine, and I apologise for letting it fall into the wrong hands.
You drew that
That's
poorly
right.
and posted up.
What do you think he's saying?
No, I don't know who did that, but I'll get to the bottom.
We deserve everything we get.
Speak for yourself.
Take it from here. Lunchtime. Go.
What was all that about? So the evidence that was found at the site amounts to what?
The evidence includes the injuries sustained by the victim, which were consistent with having been struck by a car. Also, fragments of a car consistent with it having struck her. There was also a witness who
who claims to have seen the car driving off, but not the actual accident.
No.
So there's no witness to the accident itself. There's no tyre marks that would normally suggest reckless driving, and both the accused and the victim have no recollection of the incident.
That's correct.
So I'm struggling to see where the evidence of dangerous driving is.
The injuries to the victim and the damage to the vehicle both suggest dangerous...
Suggest? Are you telling this court that there is a suggestion of dangerous driving?
The evidence more than supports that assumption.
So now it's an assumption.
Mr. Rebecki.
Your Honour, no one denies that an accident of some sort occurred. The evidence supports that. But, Senior Constable, my client is charged with dangerous driving. Is there any evidence, specific evidence, that would support such a charge?
No.
No more questions.
You may step down.
You don't need to ask my permission. So, you want to explain what happened? Right, well, I've informed Miss Card that the cartoon was mine. In my opinion, she doesn't need to know how it came to be wallpapering the school. I've got a meeting with her in 5 minutes to discuss my future. I imagine that's when she'll sack me.
Well, that's not fair.
As Karl and I have never really seen eye to eye. As for being fair, the cartoon was mine. I'm taking responsibility for it. But whatever you set out to achieve today, congratulations. You've certainly done it.
I didn't put it up there.
Ringo, just for the record, I was only ever trying to help you.
How are you holding up?
Oh, not really sure that I am. What about you?
Oh, much the same.
I'm sorry, Susan, but you can't be seen speaking with the other side.
Toadie did well. You okay?
Yeah, I just a bit hot, that's all. I need to go outside and get some air.
You sure?
Yeah.
Chicken and tomato sandwiches. How many times have we had these sitting around the table together?
It's the honey mustard that makes them.
Do you want me to get you something from the cafeteria?
I'm not hungry.
But you didn't have any breakfast either.
I can't think about anything but having to testify later.
I know.
I just wish this was all over.
It won't be much longer.
I wish we weren't here at all.
Hey, what was the big idea?
Of what?
Of plastering the drawing up.
It was your idea, hello?
Yeah, it's gonna get Mr. Fitzgerald fired.
Really? Oh, cool. He's always sticking his nose in. Yeah, and he thinks he's so down with the kids. Such a loser.
He's a decent bloke and he doesn't deserve to get sacked for this.
You were the one who left it in the photocopier.
People own up and tell Karl that it was you.
I don't think so.
I don't care what the lawyers say. They're not going to tell me who I can and can't talk to. You okay?
Yeah, it's just a bit oppressive in there.
Susan, I'm sorry about the statement.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
I know, but what I said about it being your fault, that was pretty horrible.
I don't blame you for feeling that way.
But I don't feel that way, not anymore. I truly don't. That's what I wanted to tell the judge. I was angry when I wrote that statement, and I wanted to hurt you. It's taken me a while to realise that what happened wasn't your fault. It was an accident.
Just don't remember what happened.
You shouldn't have to. And you shouldn't have to be going through all this.
I don't believe this.
I think it's about time
About time for what?
that they were able to see they need to help each other.
The only person being helped here is Susan. Great, now these guys. Why don't we all just have a big group hug next?
I'm just gonna come find him. Okay, mate. It's good the girls are talking.
Yes, it is.
Looks like they're just about to start. I'll go grab Susan.
Thank you. Oh, this has all been just...
Susan, they're about to start again.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, are you all right?
Yeah.
I'll grab Karl.
No, I'm okay. I'm fine.
You're dizzy, like you were at the golf course?
No, I just stood up too quickly, that's all. Say everything's working perfectly.
You sure?
Yeah. Next break, I'll do a couple of laps.
Now, Mickey, take your time and tell us exactly what you saw on the day Bridget was hurt.
I saw Bridget lying on the road and Declan's car driving away.
Were there any other cars?
No.
None at all? You sure?
Yep, that was the only one.
So the only vehicle anywhere in the vicinity of the accident was the vehicle being driven off by Susan Kinski. Thank you, Mickey.
Mr. Rebecki?
No questions, Your Honour.
Then you may step down, Mickey.
Why?
Because that's all you need to tell us. And you did it very well.
But that's not everything. I haven't told you how nice Susan is yet, and how all the big kids say that she's a great teacher.
Mickey,
And that's pretty amazing for kids to say something good about a teacher. And I haven't said how rotten it is that Bridget can't play football anymore because she was really good and it didn't matter that she was a girl.
Come on, mate.
It's not fair if Bridget can't play football, and it's not fair if Susan goes to jail. It's all not fair.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
It's just a bit hot.
Do you need to ask for another break?
No. Oh, I just needed to be over.
Yeah.
It just isn't fair, you know. It's always the good people who step up and take responsibility. This dreadful business, that it should end like this. Poor Susan. And poor Bridget. There'll be no winners there.
What's happening?
I think I've stuffed up badly, Mum.
Tell me about it.
I think I've done something bad.
You think you have?
I know I have.
You in trouble?
No, but I should be. There's someone at school and they get on my nerves. So I did something.
Big something? Little something?
Medium something. And then someone else did something else. And now it's much, much worse.
This something else, it's your fault?
I didn't do that. Someone else did that. But yeah, it probably is.
So someone else did something to someone and it only happened because you did something to the original someone. Is that it?
Something like that.
You want to know what to do?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I've got to go to school.
Love you too, darling.
I'm all right.
I solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give to the court in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thanks. Bridget, I'd like you to tell us what you remember of the afternoon you were struck.
I still don't remember anything. I don't remember the accident, and I don't remember anything before it. All I remember is waking up in the hospital.
I know you've been trying, but I'd like you to try again now. Can you recall anything? I know it's difficult, but is there anything there at all that's telling you whether or not the driver of the car saw you?
Get your hands off!
Prosecution is leading the witness.
You're trying to establish whether or not the driver of the car was aware they'd run the victim down when they left the scene.
How can the victim know what the driver was or wasn't aware of? Is she a mind reader?
Which is why I'm asking for a statement of what she remembers, not an opinion of the driver's state of mind.
Oh, Susan. Susan. She's passed out. Susan. Can you hear me, Susan?
That cartoon. I drew it.
So you drew that appalling picture?
And put it up, yeah.
Why, Ringo?
Mr. Fitzgerald says that I've been dealing with anger issues.
Miss Wallace, what are you doing?
Nothing, miss.
Mr. Brown here has just been telling me a very interesting story. But I think a spell in detention may sort him out.
Actually, miss, it was me. He's just protecting me.
What's going on here?
It was my cartoon, my fault.
No, don't listen to her, miss. I did it.
Why is everyone suddenly so keen to take the blame? For the last time, who did it?
I did.
Oh,
Well, I think you should just put us both on detention then.
right. Since you're both so keen to take the blame, I might do just that. Wallace, get out of my sight. And Brown, you're coming with me.
Sorry, Toadie, my turn for some attention-seeking this time.
You just come and sit down again.
Oh, no, Karl, it's the last thing I need to do.
Oh, for God's sake, Susan, we'll just do what the doctor says.
Well, he's not a doctor, Velda, and I'm not sick.
Besides passing out, you mean?
I just got a bit hot in there, that's all. In case you hadn't noticed, it's a little bit stressful. I just need to go for a walk and get my circulation going, that's all.
You didn't feel unsteady or nauseous?
No, I just felt lethargic from sitting and worrying. I just need some fresh air.
All right, well, if you feel up to it, I'll come with you.
Oh, fine. Try and keep up.
This isn't the first time this has happened today. It happened before when you were outside.
Love, I just got a bit dizzy and lost my balance, that's all.
Like at golf.
I was hot and tired then, just like I was in there.
Something's wrong. You can't just ignore it.
Hang on. Yeah, these fainting spells, they've been happening for a while.
Toadie, it's nothing. Occasionally I get a bit hot and dizzy, that's all.
Around the time of the accident?
Yes.
Could you guys meet us back at the office, please?
Why? What's this about?
Just had a brainwave. Occupational hazard with top lawyers like me. Yeah, just take it easy.
These fainting spells are a problem, aren't they?
They're more than a problem, Karl. They're a disaster.
Mr. Fitzgerald, I'll say this in front of Mr. Brown because I believe he needs to hear it too. Loyalty to your students can be a virtue. Taking the blame for their misdemeanours isn't. Now, I believe that you are offering Mr. Brown your guidance. You'll serve him better by setting an example of scrupulous honesty. I expect nothing less from now on. Is that clear? Right. Good afternoon.
Told her the cartoon was mine.
What? Mate, that's not right.
No, what's not right is you getting fired.
Ringo, what?
I was ashamed of myself. I didn't put them up there, you know that, but it was kind of my fault. You got your job back.
So it seems.
Now you really hate me.
Give me time, I'm sure I will. Ringo, we were going to meet tomorrow to talk. You still want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but Toadie, it's not like it's happening constantly. I've been feeling a bit worn out lately, and a couple of times it's caught up with me.
There's times you've been too tired to get up from the couch.
Like I said, I've been feeling worn out.
But it's not a condition as such.
I've been going through menopause, okay? And maybe my body's struggling with it a bit.
Could that explain the fatigue?
Possibly. But Susan's getting treatment. The fact the symptoms are persisting could suggest there's another problem at play.
Like what?
Well, it could be a number of things, not necessarily serious.
Whatever the cause, Susan was exhibiting symptoms before the accident?
Yeah, look, what exactly is the problem here?
The problem is, if you're aware that you were suffering from fainting spells and still got behind the wheel of the car, well, then that could be construed as negligence.
I just had a sleep right before I got into the car. I never would have driven if I thought I was that exhausted.
I have no doubt about that, Susan, but I can guarantee the prosecution won't sell it like that.
Their contention will be that you got into the car knowing it was dangerous to drive.
Oh. So if they even get a whiff of this, we have a major problem.
Our two artists. Let's see if you can write as well as you draw. I'd like a composition from both of you on the subject of respect for your teachers. Say 1,500 words.
1,500?
We don't have time.
1,800.
Okay, thanks, miss. You must really love detention.
Depends who I'm doing it with.
So why the confession? I thought it was a no way.
Well, I couldn't stand you taking all the credit.
That's not what I'm doing, Jessica.
Okay, I get it. It wouldn't be fair for Fitzy to take the blame.
So you agree now?
No, I still think it'd be totally fair. But I realised it wouldn't be fair for you to take all the blame. And splitting it between us means that car crash can't come down too heavy on either of us.
Thanks.
I also figured it'd be a good way to get to know you better.
And why do you want to get to know me better?
'Cause you're cute and kind of disturbed. I like disturbed.
Are you always this shy?
Well, I've got to take the chances when they're there. Most of the time, that dorky Rachel Kinski's hanging around you.
Hey, don't say things against Rachel.
Okay, I'm not saying dorky's bad if the people you hang around with are dorky as well. But you don't seem like a dork. At all.
What did you talk to the prosecutor about?
All right.
Just watch.
Your Honour, I realise this is irregular, but I'd like the court's permission to call an extra witness. Mr. Karl Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, you're Susan Kinski's husband.
That's right.
Were you aware that around the time of the incident in question, your wife was displaying symptoms of dizziness and fatigue?
You do understand I'm not a practicing doctor anymore.
Well, I'm not asking for a medical opinion. I'm asking whether your wife was suffering dizzy spells.
There was one such episode while playing golf, yes.
Only one?
As far as I know.
As far as you know. And she herself was obviously aware of this?
Yes, she was.
So she was aware when she got behind the wheel of that car that there was a possibility she could pass out?
Once again, Your Honour, how can the witness know what someone was aware or was not aware of?
Yes, Miss Peters.
Was your wife suffering fainting spells when she got behind the wheel of that car and subsequently struck Bridget Parker? Please answer the question, Mr. Kennedy.
Yes, she was.
No more questions, Your Honour.